There's been a lot of conversation around reviews and ratings for the Rings of Power. One question that I have, and I think that it's an appropriate question considering how much Amazon has boasted about it, where are the ratings for episode 3? Where are they? They've been very silent about it, and it's interesting that they haven't come out and had a big celebration about those big numbers for episode 3. I mean, they have to be amazing, right? Because the first 2 did so well. But there's nothing. Amazon hasn't said anything. In fact, we're really close to episode 4 releasing, which comes out September 16th. That's only 2 days away. Episode 3 came out the 9th of September, and we have not heard anything about what the show did, how many people watched it, how many people just watched for a couple months. They haven't released anything. In fact, they haven't released anything on how many people watched episode 2 after 1. They're very silent about those details, but it's even more telling to me that they've been very silent on how successful the third one did. Not one word. And I've tried to double check this and make sure that maybe I missed it. Did I miss this or something? So even past 24 hours, I've tried to look for any kind of ratings, and there's nothing. Nothing. I mean, past week even we could do. We just have Amazon has turned Rings of Power star ratings back on. Here's how fans are scoring it. That's reviews. And now, of course, those numbers don't matter. It doesn't matter what it says on Rotten Tomatoes, all this stuff, because the first episode was successful, but yet we have no numbers on the third episode. Now, we'll get the Samba TV numbers. I don't know when those are going to drop. And those aren't the full picture. Those are just for like Roku and TVs and stuff like that. We don't have anything from the actual Amazon app on computers and stuff like that. It's not the full picture. We can kind of get a sense of things from it, just like we did with the fact that House of the Dragon outperformed Rings of Power on Samba's numbers, which should be eyebrow-raising to people because of the fact that, well, why is it? Is this just a niche thing then? Why is it more successful over here? But Amazon is saying this many people watched it. I suspect that Amazon is playing some games, just kind of like how they do truncating with statistics, where they make things look a little bit more impressive than they really are. I think they're doing that with Rings of Power. I think things are much worse than they're letting on. The fact that they haven't said anything since that first announcement is kind of suspicious and makes me think they're trying to spin something. But they're very, very quiet. Very, very quiet. Got some more stuff as well. The most interesting being this accusation that George the Giant Slayer is throwing out there, and he brings some good evidence in his video. Bounding into Comics has written it up here. He's got some very interesting takes here on this, and he brings some receipts. Most notably, something from this person here. So the most damning evidence comes from YouTuber Hello Future Me, who polled his subscribers back in August asking whether he should take sponsorship from Amazon for a video on The Rings of Power when it premieres. The YouTuber asked, "How do you feel about me taking any sponsorship from Amazon for my video on Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power when it premieres? If you don't get any say in what I say, I'm conflicted. It's free money for a video I was going to do anyway, but I really don't want to be seen as an Amazon shill." And here is the original poll. And I don't think there's any problem with taking the sponsorship as long as you're upfront about it and you say, hey, It is a sponsorship. I don't have a problem with it. But the follow-up email is best, and this is what's amazing. And this is what really fuels his theory here and makes a lot of sense. He followed that post up sharing an email he sent to Amazon that notes, if he does indeed do the video, Amazon has no power over what I say in regards of commentary. This will actually make the video more authentic and make my audience more likely to trust my thoughts on the show. Hello, future me notes that after sending this email, Prime Video ghosted him. Lol, Amazon ghosted me as soon as I said they couldn't pay me to control what I say about Rings of Power. Not a good look. I'm genuinely excited for House of the Dragon, though. Isn't that interesting? So they wanted him to do a paid sponsorship video. He said, hey, if I do this, are you going to try to control what I say? And they ghosted him, kind of like how they ghosted Peter Jackson. Remember that? Boy, how better this show might have been if he'd been a part of it. There's some more of their god-awful sets. This looks bad right here on the bottom. That looks awful. Awful show. But it's interesting that, you don't want to let me say what I want to say, and they ghost him? It's interesting. There's also this. I actually talked about this in a video. This is the clip, and it's from Data Racer 117, where critics talk about the fact that they will sometimes just kind of play ball. I want you to listen to this because it's very telling of how reviewers work. This is why you see all of these articles calling fans istophobes, is because of this. Listen.
Everybody in our industry occasionally has to play softball, occasionally has to, look the other way a little bit. Everybody has to do it.
Wait, which one? What? Like a movie that's
in
bad,
the sense that,
or?
I hated a movie, but I won't say that I hated the movie. Or an actor behaved a sort of way and you don't want to, put it out there that happened.
Right, because you might not get the next review,
right.
next
So
gig.
to some degree, everybody in our industry that is a part of this quote unquote access media has to sort of decide which battles they want to pick.
Access media, ladies and gentlemen. Corrupt. Just like Amazon. So, silent on reviews, or they're silent on ratings. Not a thing said. We have pretty interesting accusations that they're paying influencers for positive reviews. And then the access media, that's a clip that I tried to have for a video the other day, and I'm glad that got brought up in this article because it's very, very telling. And it's one of the reasons why they go so hard on people that criticize things. So they're basically paid shills. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.